I think I will die. I think I will die. Those were the last words of Diaso, a medical doctor at Lagos Island General Hospital, Odan, who was doing her housemanship and has just 2 months left to finish. A colleague of hers who witnessed her last moment before her death has narrated what transpired. As you must have heard, Diaso had died on Tuesday, that's this past Tuesday, after an elevator she was in at the General Hospital fell from the 10th floor. The deceased was said to have been on her way to the ground floor to pick up a food delivery from a dispatch rider when the incident happened. According to the colleague who witnessed the whole thing before she died, who goes by the name Moye, said that she saw Diaso standing in front of the elevator and pressed the open button, but didn't enter because she was on a video call. She said it wasn't long after that she heard a big crash to the floor, which made the dispatch rider who brought food for Diaso run out of the building out of fear. The doctor said someone then raised the alarm that this Diaso was in the elevator, adding that they immediately began seeking help to bring her out of the elevator. Wow, I guess if no one even saw that she was trying to enter, they probably wouldn't have even known that someone was in there. Well, irrespective, she still died. So, what was the point even knowing someone was there? Like, this thing was something they could have even fixed. They said that they have been. Look, this is just a sad one, really. Anyways, according to this said doctor who witnessed the whole thing, he said that they tried to use rods to open the elevator to be sure it wasn't a joke. They finally opened it and the sight was gruesome. Wow. They said muffled sounds of excruciating pain and agony became apparent. That was the exact words of this colleague. Wow. I could really imagine like someone falling from the 10th floor all the way down on an elevator. Like, are you even saying it again? What the pain could feel like, what the agony could feel like. Wow. Well, the colleague further went to describe the gruesome sight. He said that her forehead had a horizontal cut. Her mouth also had another horizontal cut, and she had raccoon eyes. She was lying in between the base of the elevator and the ground floor, with the engine hanging over her head, which meant that any miscalculation in movement, she will be crushed to instant death. She was literally sandwiched in between the hanging engine and below the ground floor, with blood on broken glasses and fractured limbs. Wow, it's not a sight to describe, really. It's really not a sight to describe. This colleague said help came after 40 minutes. Like, this country is so messed up. Like, if you find yourself in an emergency situation in this country, Nigeria, like, just say God have mercy. Like, I can't even imagine a doctor working in the same hospital couldn't get an emergency care in that same hospital. Like, help literally came for her after 40 minutes. She was in excruciating pain up to 40 minutes before she, a medical doctor working in that same hospital, could even get help. How much more if you are just a regular patient? Wow. The deceased colleague also said that engineers were called to dismantle the elevator. This colleague said she remember telling her to relax, that help was coming, but the Diaso, that's the lady that is dead now, said, "Don't tell me to relax. Tell them to get me out of here." He said they eventually were able to get her out, and she kept saying she thinks she would die. She thinks she would die. Emergency care was almost zero, and inside the hospital for that matter there was no blood in the hospital. Like, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy, and it just makes Nigeria even scary to live in. If you are based here in Nigeria, in fact, just put your life in God's hands. Basically, that's what I would say. Don't pray to find yourself in an emergency situation, because, as in, how life is so unimportant here in this country, I do not know. Like, this, if you see people's comments, like, they said they've been experienced, elevator will not just fall all of a sudden without warnings. They say they have been warnings, like they've made complaints to the authority over and again that the elevator is faulty, but they pay blind eyes to read. Like, the authorities will not take it seriously or do anything about it. In fact, someone even commented that the people who are supposed to fix it embezzled the money assigned for it. Well, I do not know how true that is, but that was what was said. Well, the state government has promised to carry out investigation about this whole scenario, and I really pray that they carry a sincere investigation and also bring whoever is responsible for this to book. Yes, those who in authority were aware that this thing was malfunctioning and refused to do anything about it until it took a precious life. Like, gosh, I like, when I heard about this news, it was so devastating. I do not even know the lady, but just hearing about it, like, putting yourself in her shoes and imagining what she would have passed through of something that is not even her fault. All she wanted to do was to finish her housemanship and get a life for herself. Like, the whole time studying the medicine and surgery, the whole 10 months housemanship, remaining 2 months, everything to the drain. They say she was a Bangkok University graduate. Gosh, like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy what the parents will be passing through right now. I really am imagining what the parents will be facing right now. Okay, now that it has claimed the precious life, I'm sure it's going to be fixed. That money they refuse to bring out to fix it will come out all of a sudden. But do we really have to wait in this country until things get out of hand before we do the right thing? Gosh, like, this is crazy, man. But that's it. Thank you all for watching, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please kindly do. And until I see you in my next video, bye for now.